But we continue right now with advice for small business owners. And also, if you're looking for a loan, this is the man to talk to, and also entrepreneurs. Our guest is Rohit Arora. He is co-founder and CEO of Biz2Credit, and they are one of the country's leading experts in small business finance. Rohit, in 2011, was named New York City's top entrepreneur by Crain's New York Business. Thank you so much for joining me. Rohit?
Yeah. Thanks for the opportunity.
Oh, listen, it was my pleasure. Let's talk about how you got into the business, because you've been into finance for a long time, haven't you?
Yeah. So it's very interesting. I got into this business in late 2007, just before the financial crisis. And this was, I would say, the most opportune time now looking back. So when we started the business, me and my brother, it was first few months were good, and then it got really tough. So one of the lessons that we learned was that, you need to hang in if you believe in something, and you need to, ride it out and fight it out. And that's how we have built this whole business over the last 6 years now. And we have grown. We have done over $1 billion in funding. We have helped over 15,000 small businesses in the country. Right now, we process over 5,000 loan applications a month. So I think it's all being a lot of hard work, a lot of sweat and blood, that we have inputted into this business. And we have tried to help a lot of minorities, women-owned businesses, as well as mainstream businesses. And that has been very rewarding for us.
Let's talk about getting the loans, because small business is still the bedrock of this country, and they've kind of been overshadowed over the past couple of years because of the struggles in the economy. But getting money to start up is sometimes some of the hardest things to do. One of the hardest things to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what has happened is that it's so unfortunate that while small businesses are the bedrock of the economy and they generate most of the jobs in this country, one of the issues in last 4 or 5 years after the crisis has been that they have been hit the most by the credit crunch. Biz2Credit brings out a lending index every month, and we have seen that the approvals by big banks, which used to be almost 40% of the people who used to apply of the small businesses who used to apply for a business loan to a big bank used to get some kind of money. Now that number has dropped to only 14 or 15%, and that is a really bad number that actually, creates a lot of issues, and that leads to, the whole credit crunch has led to a point where small businesses have to borrow money at very high cost, and they have no idea that, how they will be able to grow in this economy. While the interest rates are historically low, unfortunately for small businesses, their interest costs have gone up in the last 4 or 5 years,
Yeah. What do when people come to you and go to your site, what do they need to already have in place in order to move forward?
So when we set up Biz2Credit, we figured out that small business owners don't have a lot of time, and we said that, okay, if we have to help them, then we should help them in a way that they shouldn't come in and put their information about the business and other aspects, but they should not be expected to know what is the best financial product for them. So on our online platform, business owners just have to put in the information of what kind of loans they are looking, how long they have been in business, what is their credit score, what is their revenue, and what are their expectations in terms of getting the money, whether they need the money very quick, they are looking for the best interest rates. And then after that, based on that data, and then we ask business owners to give us permission to pull third-party data. So what we have done is that we have integrated into accounting, into payroll, into payment systems already, and we can pull all the historical data, do all the analysis, and can give answers back to the small business owners within 3 or 4 minutes. And that is actually pretty good because Biz2Credit doesn't sell any leads over to any lenders. So then business owners can really decide that, with whom they want to work, with what product. And then we also provide them with free loan consultation. So that is something very important because we have loan specialists who actually do free loan consultation also. So the key thing here is that, we are trying to say to small business owners is that most of the time you know that you need money. You have some idea of why you need money, but you have no idea of how to get that money and what is the best product for you. So while you come in and you fill out on Biz2Credit what your firm information is and what you need the money for, we will take care of the rest, and then we will walk you through the whole process till the point you get funded. And then even if you get funded, we keep track of you because we scorecard every single customer, and we can keep offering you better products down the line.
Right. Folks, if you have any questions or comments looking for a loan, you can definitely give us a call here at 866-801-8255. Once again, 866-801-8255. Rohit Arora is someone who may be able to help you. Do you want to see a track record from a business, or are you even looking for startups too?
So the good news is that we can do startups, we can do businesses which are very well established, and the good news is that we recently started a program for startups, located in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, where even if you are a pure play startup, we help you to write a business plan, and then we help you to get your money also. So obviously, as a startup, you need a lot more effort, a lot more sweat to get the money, but if you come to Biz2Credit, we ensure that with the preparation and other aspects of how you tell your story, we take care of that with you, and we will get you the money. And we get that money allocated from different sources now just for startups, because startups are having a very hard time right now to get any kind of money.
Yeah. And, it's almost like banks and a few other lending organizations have turned their backs on them and trying almost to see them fail rather than succeed.
Oh, yes. It's so unfortunate that after the financial crisis, banks don't want to look at any businesses which are less than 3 or 4 year old. So they consider businesses which are 3-year-old or less as startups, which traditionally should not be the case. And so these businesses have very hard time to get any kind of money. And when they borrow money at very high cost, so even after 3 years, they're not very profitable. So that even sets them back from getting any more money,
Yeah. Where do you find your money sources to help businesses?
Yeah, so we have banks, we have traditional banks, we do a lot of SBA financing. Now we are also get a lot of institutional money. So there are insurance companies and other folks who actually participate on our platform to lend money to small businesses directly. We have started getting money through the community development financial institution channels, where banks or other institutions are putting money to meet their CRA requirements. Plus, we have micro lenders on our platform who get their money from U.S. Treasury and also from state money. So we have varied sources of money, and the benefit of all that is that as a small business owner or a small business borrower, you can get all kind of products in one single place, and you don't have to go from a lender to lender. You don't have to input multiple applications. You don't get your credit pulled multiple times. And the benefit of all that is that we are able to help you through your whole life cycle, whether you're a startup, you're a well-established businesses, you are looking to acquire a business, you are looking to do equipment financing, you want to refinance your existing debt. So Biz2Credit can help you with all that because we have so many different products and so many different capital sources. And the benefit of that also is that if any downturn hits, we are not impacted very badly because we don't depend on any one single source of capital to keep helping small business owners.
Yeah. Once again, we're talking with Rohit Arora. He is CEO and co-founder of Biz2Credit. It's one of the country's leading experts in small business finance. And what got you started on the small business route?
So, I'm a first-generation immigrant into this country, and I came to this country in fall of 2003. And one of the things which was very interesting was that living in New York prior to the crisis, and I used to work in Deloitte Consulting in the strategy practice here in New York. And one of the biggest things that we really saw was, me and my brother, was that while it was very easy for people to get the money for their mortgages, there were a lot of mortgage brokers, a lot of mortgage banks. It was very difficult to get money for businesses, even prior to the crisis. And that's where I thought that, if small business owners are, bedrock of this economy, if small business owners are the people who are creating most of the jobs, and then, with baby boomers, it was predicted, which is now happening, are going to start retiring by 2009, 2010, and more immigrants are going to own these businesses with no access to credit or very costly access to credit. That wasn't a very good thing, because that is something that we thought needs a lot of fixing. And that's where Biz2Credit said that not only we will provide access to credit, but we will help our business owners to put together business plans, financial plans, because that is equally important, because you can get some money, and then as a business you don't have a business plan, you don't really know how you are going to use that money to grow your business, then you won't ever get money again. So the key thing is that you have to become like the virtual CFO, and that's how we have built the whole platform. And the good news is that it's free for business owners. So business owners don't have to pay us any money to register, to use our platform, or to get access to credit. We only charge them a very nominal fees for a business plan, which gets actually combined with their financing and then their growth plans.
Right. You want them to see them succeed.
Yes.
We're going to talk to Lenny in New York. Go ahead, Lenny. Hang on. We're trying to bring Lenny up here.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Lenny.
Oh, hi. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you.
Welcome to both of you. I had a situation where I owned a hardware store, and I ran into financial issues, both personal and business. And I ended up losing the store. Personally had to file bankruptcy. And now I've turned things around somewhat, and I wanted to know what the best way would be to grow a business again. The business plan is done, and what are some recommendations on how I can get back on track with small business?
Rohit, did you hear that?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So my only question was, how long back you were discharged out from bankruptcy?
I was discharged in 2007.
Okay.
And as you can imagine, even though you're discharged from bankruptcy, it's still a struggle to get back up and running, and especially when you're trying to start up a business again, you need a lot of capital, and it's hard to get a loan when you have a failure in the
Exactly.
past.
So I think what I will recommend you is that you can go and apply on biz2credit.com, BIZ2 as in number 2credit.com. And then, we can try to see how we can help you. And I'm assuming you're based in New York, state of New York, or?
Correct.
Yeah. So we can try to help you. We just launched a new program where we are, now giving money to startups. And since you have been out from bankruptcy for now last 6 years, so I think we can try to help you. Obviously, we'll have to look through the whole credit profile, and also, what kind of business you're trying to start, and also, what kind of experience you have in that business, and also what equity contribution or what money contribution you are bringing in. So the good news is that we should be able to help you, and the only thing is that it will be a process and it will be some hard work. So where we will work with you guys very closely, and then we can try to see that you have some money in hand to get started.
Well, I appreciate that, and the hard work I'm willing to put in, and I'm going to do it this time around by myself. I had a business partner that screwed up the business.
There you go. Yeah. That's what happens a lot of times. You got to know who you're going into business with, right?
Absolutely.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, we see it so many times. One partner is hardworking and the other partner screws it up, and then because it impacts the credit of everyone. It impacts the credibility of everyone, because small business owners' personal credit is so attached to their business that if something happens, it has a direct impact on their credit and also on their personal financial situation.
And that's what happened. And I thought everything was. I didn't know there was any activity that shouldn't be going on that was going on in the store, and he was running a brothel type business out of the hardware store,
wow,
which is illegal activity.
Yeah. That's hopefully you got the right partner now yourself, and you can move forward. But do check Biz2, and that's the number 2, Biz2Credit.com. Okay.
I will. I'm excited. And when I go on, I just fill out the form and you'll contact me?
Yes. So one of our loan specialists will contact you, and you fill out a form, you fill out your loan application, and then one of our loan specialists will contact you, will review your business plan, and then, we can have, one of my loan specialists will have a conversation with you regarding what we can help you with.
Thank you very much for calling, Lenny, almost to the point. And then we're going to take a break real quick. And when we come back, we will be continuing with Rohit Arora. Stay tuned. Well, welcome back. We continue with sound credit advice from co-founder and CEO of Biz2Credit, Rohit Arora. Rohit, you also are now starting to, because you are originally or your family was originally from India, you're starting to do some business hookups between American businesses and India also, which is a really wonderful thing to help promote business.
Yeah, so we are helping, both ways. So we are helping Indian companies which have business in U.S. to raise money here locally, and we are also helping some of the American businesses, who want to look and expand into India, because we have a similar kind of a platform that we run in India also now. So we are starting to see that, and I think that's also very exciting, because that also shows that the problems and the issues of small and mid-sized businesses are same or similar across the world, and they have the whole issue of capital, access to capital at a decent price, and also advice, So those are the two things that they're very hungry, whether they are in US, they are in India, or other countries. So we are starting to see a lot of traction in that, and we feel very good about it that, we are able to help more people, and this is also a big thing that we are trying to solve, a big social problem,
Right. You just mentioned, taxes. And taxes is something that's also extremely important, making sure it's paid and done right. And a lot of times when newer businesses are first starting out, they don't really understand the business structure, do they?
Yeah, so we advise. So we have this whole analytics tools known as Biz Analyzer, which again business owners can go and try it for free. And one of the things that we see, a lot of startups don't want to incorporate their business. They don't want to spend money initially on legal structures and all that. And what we try to advise them is that put your legal structure in place, get a TED tax ID number, create a business credit history, pay your TED taxes on time. That also lowers your liability on the personal side. And especially if you are in a partnership, which we see so many times, then clearly earmarking the responsibilities and the liabilities of each partner in business is extremely important. Because we see it so many times, business owners will come to us and say, "Oh, my partner, defrauded me, or my partner, ran away with the money, or my partner had just put in some personal guarantees without I knowing about it." And we see that leads to a lot of issues. That leads not just to an issue between the partners or among the partners, but that also leads to issues concerning business credibility, business reputation, and that directly impacts your personal, credit history and personal credibility. And once you lose that business, or your business gets into some problem, it's almost certain that your personal credit will get hit. And then, trying to stage a comeback becomes extremely painful and very expensive.
Right. And also keeping your business expenses separated from your personal expenses too is also something extremely important as you're starting out that business. So you know what you can take off and what you can't, and maybe even having a completely separate credit card, because the mixing of the two can be a problem, especially when it comes to tax time.
Yeah. So I think that is very important, because getting a business credit card is good for any business owner for two reasons. One, it itemizes every expense that has been done. It also lowers the issue of any tax issues down the line, which happens a lot. And then the third thing, which not many people realize, is that it also helps a business owner to establish business credit history. So that's very important. Business credit history is similar to your personal credit history. So the more trade lines you have and the more you use it and more you pay it on time, you will have a better business credit history, and that is something very important. A lot of businesses don't realize that during first few years, and that is something that we have to tell people a lot. We have to educate them a lot, and that is helpful, actually,
And one of the things that your business also offers is a CPA partner program that really helps them get their finances lined up in the right way.
Yes, absolutely. So we actually work with a lot of CPAs, a lot of accountants. We help them get access to credit. We offer them a white label service where they can offer access to credit to their customer base. And at the same point of time, we also link our customers to CPAs and accountants, because one thing that we find is very, very troublesome is that most of the business owners don't have any idea about how to prepare financial statements. They will file tax returns, and then they have issues with the tax authorities, which is not good, and all that kind of stuff. So we always advise our business owners to get the good accountant, follow all the legal and the accounting practices from day one, and don't, because a lot of businesses, unfortunately, even today underreport their profits. We advise them not to do that, because we say if you underreport your profit, you are actually damaging your business credibility, and also then Biz2Credit will not be able to help you to get access to credit which you deserve. Then you will be forced to actually borrow money at very high cost. So you're not gonna gain anything out of it. So whatever you save on not paying taxes on your stated profits, you are gonna lose more than that, actually.
Right. Well, and also in the long term, you're really, especially now with the way Social Security and things like that are set up, you're biting yourself for later if you don't pay for it now.
Absolutely. And I think the other thing is that in this economy where things have gone so digital, eventually people get caught up. So we see so many businesses, then they have tax disputes and this and that, and then they have to pay more. It leads to liens on their personal credit. It leads to a lot of other problems for them. So even very well-run businesses, have these issues. And we advise, we at Biz2Credit always keep saying to our, small business partners, small business clients, small business customers, guys, if you are making money, pay the dues to Uncle Sam, and and keep growing your business. Also, the other thing that we find is that when you're trying to sell your business, if you are showing profits in your business, you will actually get a better price for selling your business. So not many people realize that, because if I am going in and trying to buy a business, 99% of the business acquisition in this country happens through third-party financing. Now, when you are looking at the historical numbers of a business, if you are showing profits, you can actually sell that business at a higher price compared to a business which shows lower profits, because the banks are willing to give more money out for businesses which show historically, consistently decent profits.
Yeah, very true. And again, with a CPA, make sure it's someone who knows what he's doing with small business. He or she. Am I correct?
Absolutely. So as an accountant, as a CPA, they are your friend, they are your guide. But at the same point of time, we also find that small business owners should keep their eyes open, that whether the accountant or the CPA they are working is best for them, because a lot of time accountants also make mistakes. So you have to be on top of it. You cannot expect your accountant to do good work for you if you are not fully prepared for that,
Right. Well, listen, a lot of valuable and very instructive advice. Many thanks to Rohit Arora. He's co-founder and CEO of Biz2Credit. You can find more great tips and also loan information at his website, Biz2, and that's the number 2credit.com. Once again, that's Biz2Credit.com. All right, tomorrow we'll continue with credit information for students and beyond. So we'll hope you'll join us then. And otherwise, thank you so much, Rohit. Wonderful chatting with you today.